Duck and Percy enjoy their work at the harbor, pushing and pulling freight cars to and from the quay. But one morning, the engines were exhausted. The harbor was busier than ever. So as a result, Sir Topham Hatt decided that another engine would be found to help them. "Huh! It's about time!" said Percy. "I've ached so much I can hardly get my wheels to move," agreed Duck, and so they waited for the engine to arrive. But it came as a shock when he did. "Good morning," squirmed Diesel in his oily voice. The two engines had not worked with Diesel for a very long time. "What are you doing here?" gasped Duck. "Your worthy top, Sir Topham Hatt sent for me. I hope you two are pleased to see me again. I'm to shunt some dreadfully tiresome cars." "Shunt where?" asked Percy suspiciously. "Where? Why, from here to there," laughed Diesel, "and then again from there to here. Easy, isn't it?" And with that, Diesel, as if to make himself quite clear, bumped some freight cars rather hard. "Ah!" screamed the cars. "Grrr!" growled Diesel. Percy and Duck were horrified. They didn't want to work with Diesel at all. They didn't trust him, so they refused to work and wouldn't even leave their shed. Sir Topham Hatt was about to enjoy his tea and iced bun when the telephone rang. "So there's trouble in the harbor yard? I'll be there right away." Meanwhile, Diesel was working loudly and alone. Cargo lay on the quay, ships and passengers were delayed, and worst of all, everyone was complaining about Sir Topham Hatt's railway. Percy and Duck were sulking in their shed. "What's all this?" demanded Sir Topham Hatt. "We're on strike, sir," said Percy nervously. "Yes," added Duck. "Beg pardon, sir, but we won't work with Diesel, sir." And then, in a rather low, meek voice, "You said you sent him packing, sir." "Well, I have to give Diesel a second chance," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "Now I'm trying to help you by bringing Diesel here. Now you must help me. He was the only engine available." So Percy and Duck went sadly back to work. The next morning, things were no better. Diesel's driver had not put the brakes on properly, and Diesel started to move. He went bump straight into Percy. Percy had an awful fright. "Wake up there, Percy," scowled Diesel. "You have work to do." But he didn't even say he was sorry to Percy. Later, Diesel bumped the car so hard that the loads went everywhere. "What will Sir Topham Hatt say?" asked Percy. "He won't like it," said Duck. "And who's going to tell him, I wonder? Two goody-goody tattletales like you, I suppose?" Percy and Duck didn't want to be called tattletales, so they said nothing. And Diesel, thinking he could get away with this bad behavior, was ruder than ever. The next morning he was shunting freight cars full of china clay. He banged the cars hard into the buffers, but the buffers weren't secure. And as a result, the silly cars were now sunk. Sir Topham Hatt soon heard the news. The cars were hoisted safely from the sea, but sadly the clay was lost. Sir Topham Hatt spoke severely to Diesel. "The harbour master has told me everything. Things worked much better here before you arrived, so I shall not be inviting you back. Now, Duck and Percy, I hope you two won't have to worry about handling the work all by yourselves again." "Oh, no, sir!" "Yes, please, sir," whistled the engines. And with that, Duck and Percy puffed proudly back to work, while Diesel sulked sadly away.